Welcome back. All right, continuing on with the jersey countdown today, we are going from 90 to 81. So double digits, counting them down, getting closer. And today I'm wearing my ministry jersey. So it's not a metal T-shirt; it's a metal jersey. So ministry. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in at number 90. Is the Roadrunners and a white Kachina. Absolutely, I love this design quite a bit. Love the colors. Here you can see Tucson right there on the shoulder, and the Coyotes logo on the other. So really nicely done. One thing I do miss with the Coyotes being out of the NHL is the Kachina design. So I really do like the striping here too, the way that they've got it done. The Tucson did it different enough that they're obviously Roadrunners. They're not Coyotes, but still fun one. All right. 89. Vancouver's second reverse retro. A jersey which grows on me more and more, it seems, all the time. One of my favorites of the reverse retros, obviously. This is a throwback to 1962, which is predating their National Hockey League time. But yeah, that's Johnny Canuck, of course. I know there are those in Canuck fandom that don't really like this one that much, but I like it. I think the colors are fun too. They're a little bit different than what the Canucks currently wear. It's a darker blue. So yeah, it's a nice one. Reverse Retro 2.0 Vancouver Canucks. 88th. So with Anaheim's home jersey being a little bit lower than this one, you can see they're very similar. So it just does not have the orange eyes. There's differences in the colors, little differences in the stripes. I prefer the third jersey over their current home jersey, as is evidenced by it being higher in the countdown. I've always loved this jersey. I have one of these to wear for street hockey meetups, because this was one I knew I had to have. It is interesting too because it shows that the logo's grown on me over the years. It's a logo that initially, when it came out, I was like, that's not the NHL. That shouldn't be used. That shouldn't be allowed. Because I was not a huge fan of the Mighty Ducks movies. And so, yeah, that logo was not one that I beloved out of the gate. But I do like it now. I think it's a lot of fun. And, yeah, so there you go. Number 88. 87. LA Kings. The top 100, there's some LA Kings jerseys to be found in the top 100, beginning with this one. Now, the striping is just a single stripe, but I do prefer these colors over the ones that the Kings wear. I don't know that they ever go back to this. I mean, if they did this, and if this marigold here instead was that gold color, that like Vegas has, and other teams have worn for specialty jerseys I've shown you, if it was that really sparkly gold, Kings might have themselves a real winner there. That being said, their current jerseys are fine. They're fine. All right, so sometimes there are jerseys that I feel like deserve their own spot in the countdown. Sometimes there are ones that do not. And in this case, I decided to split these two up. Even though they are very similar to one another, I was like, no, I'm going to split these two up. So 86th is this Dallas Stars. Now, what's interesting is that this has the Dallas secondary on the shoulder. It does not say Dallas across the front. When I was putting this collection together, it was really important to me that I had this jersey and that I found this, and so I did. I found it on eBay. This one I found. Was it Ben? I'm trying to remember what this one, because it's pretty new. Like this one, I don't think was a pre-owned. It's possible it was on eBay. But at 85, and something interesting here is this one here, this is a kit jersey. This one is a kit. The fabric is a little different on the jersey. However, you cannot tell that well just looking on camera. But if I bring them up closer, you can kind of tell the fabric's different. This one, I got Broughton's name put on the back of it because he was one of my favorite members of the Dallas Stars, of course. That's why the C's on the front as well. So I love the colors. You will notice this one says Dallas. This one does not. Outside of that, yeah, it really is that meme of it's the same picture. So I opted to have 2 spots on the countdown for what is essentially almost the exact same jersey. The difference being this one has Dallas over the top. I do prefer it with the Dallas over the top, but they are at the same spot basically. And if you want to say, well, that's 9 jerseys in this portion of the countdown, then you can. But yeah, this is definitely a kit. There's little strands of string there and or thread there, and so yeah, definitely a kitted jersey. But on camera, you can't tell the difference. And honestly, if you saw me from a distance in public wearing it, you probably wouldn't notice either. But when you get up close, you can see. It's the quality of the stitching. And I know I got this one through Custom Throwback Jerseys. The customization in terms of the stitching and everything, it doesn't fool anybody. At least doesn't fool me, doesn't fool my wife. That the ones that are clearly kitted jerseys are pretty obvious. All right. And as I've said before, and I'll say it again here, they charge you the same. They charge you more than Royal Retros do, and you're paying probably more than you're going to pay the NHL site for some of these as well. For the ones that are available, I've gotten a lot less talkative when it comes to the market with the jerseys, because some of them are very hard to find now. So I get that people might feel the need to go out and buy a fake. I'm not going to judge somebody for doing that. What baffles me is when somebody gets a fake and they're like, I only paid, whatever amount for this, and I know they could have got it for less and got the real one. And I've had that happen numerous times where I've told people, actually, you could get that one for $50 right now online on this sale. So anyways, all right, moving along. 84th. The Ottawa Senators, the red Scooby-Doo eyes, as I refer to it, the Centurion there. It does have their regular logo on the shoulder. I love this jersey. There's not much else for me to say about it. The striping, of course, they used for their second reverse retro. So that was the thing. That was what they were going for with the second reverse retro, was a throwback to this. That's why when the reverse retros come out, people are like, actually, it's a throwback to... I have them all. I know. It's one of my favorites. Well, this is a throwback. If you knew, I do. I know what this... I just... Sometimes I may not think that it looks great. All right, 83. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's home jersey. Once again, logo gigantic. This actually has the button on it, and it has Bluger's name on the back. So that's how long I've had this Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. Penguins jerseys are always nice. I don't really have anything negative to say regarding this one. Penguins home jersey is one of the better jerseys in the National Hockey League, in my opinion. Number 82. St. Louis. So what's weird is that I was never a huge fan of this one back when they wore these all the time. But for some reason, this Adidas, and it is a Gretzky. Did he have the captaincy ever with St. Louis? Because it's weird. I don't seem to remember him being captain of the Blues, but maybe he wasn't there that long. But yeah, so St. Louis Blues. I really do like this a lot. For whatever reason, the Adidas one I think looks absolutely fantastic, and I would love to stand here and say, well, there's very clear reasons why I prefer this one over the '90s version. I think it looks great, but I know that's me. It's one of those oddities where I might pick out a jersey I really, really like, and I don't know. I think my wife did that when she met me. Just, I don't know. Just, he seems cool, I guess. I don't know. All right, number 81. I'm kidding, of course. 81 is this absolutely fantastic winter classic for the Boston Bruins. This is one that I coveted for years. Finally got. And so, yeah, Boston's 2010 Winter Classic. This was one that I remember. I remember getting this one off eBay because the price was so low that when I ordered it, before I ordered it, I made sure I went over it with my wife as to whether or not I should. Because I was like, this price is too low. Is this a fake? Nope. I got this one for $50. So, you don't forget deals like that. But to the collector who sold it to me, thanks. It's one of those jerseys that I really, really like quite a bit. And I'd love to see Boston use this logo again. And I know the camera's not picking it up well, but this is actually a dark brown color, not black. So this is why I've said that if Boston ever decided to go to a dark brown jersey, I would totally support that. I think that'd be awesome, because then they'd have a very unique color scheme for jerseys in the National Hockey League. So, anyways, of course, the reason Boston got these colors was because the founder of the team, the store that he owned, and I'm trying to remember the name of the store that he owned, that was their colors. So it was kind of a tie-in with his other company that the Bruins were yellow and brown for their colors. So there you go. All right, so 90 through 81 are done. Just 80 more to go. Tomorrow's set of 10 will include, let's see, there's some Sharks. There are some Sharks. Yeah, and there's another Bruins coming too. So there you go. All right, thank you guys so much for all your support as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.